right now I've got Robert Marinkovic, guys, the manager down, of course, the operations manager down here at, of course, at Avondale FC. As they say in that movie, good morning, Vic, man. Good morning, Avondale. Welcome today, Robert. Well, there you go, a bit of something from Robin Williams, if you've seen that film. But the thing about this today, guys, they've had us here a year ago at the Australian Championship. Boy, that was an amazing shows we did here. But right now, I want to talk to Robert about the rebuilding of the team, new coaches, captain, a lot of things you've actually had to rebuild the team and of course, your new coaches. So what have you done differently this year?
Yeah, look, firstly, welcome back, Harry.
Thank you for having us.
And you're a big advocate of the game. I think it's fantastic for the game, obviously, and as we spoke last time, this is something that the game needs as well to keep on growing. And as we want to grow as Avondale and all other clubs working hard out there, we all want to grow, but all clubs come through a transition period, and I think we're kind of continuing doing that, not only in the men's but also in the women's game as well. Our women first year in the NPL. So there's a lot of areas that, it's hard to probably pinpoint one area, but we've got new players across both the women's and the men's. So yeah, it's been definitely a task ahead, but an enjoying task ahead, and both teams are doing quite well at the moment. So we're sitting in a position on the ladder which I'm happy with, and I think as a club we're happy with as well. So yeah, we continue to work on that as well.
And I tell you what, we'll start with the girls first, because this is their first year in NPL. Women's, is that right?
Correct, yes. So likewise to the men's, we've had growth in the women's space. Our junior program is phenomenal at the moment, one of the best going around, and the senior women are doing quite well as well. So today they've got a tough task against Box Hill, but we always want to be the best, so we need to beat the best, and Box Hill, as we sit today, are sitting first, so it looks like being a great game.
So what's it been like for the girls? I mean, how long has it taken them to get through the divisions? What was the division they really started in as they went through the last few years?
The program itself from FV's had a bit of a change in that kind of structure as well. So the last couple of years they've had promotions. Last year we were convincingly in the BPL 1, and the year before that was also a promotional year, but then there was a structure change. But the girls have been phenomenal, and look, there's a lot of players that are still playing the game in and around Avondale, but as you get higher you need to recruit, and I think we've done that quite well. And Dal and his coaching staff as well have had a tough ask, because obviously once you step up to different leagues, it's a different football game as well. It becomes tougher. So we've recruited a lot of new players, and they're learning to gel, get that cohesion in as a group, and also the coaching staff, it's their first year in the NPL as well. So it's something we provide and we like to do within our club, is work within first, and then see where that can take us as well.
And let me say, the rebuilding last year when we came here to the Australian Championship with the senior boys, first year of the championship, was an amazing competition. Of course, you guys made the semi-final. But talking to Jonathan last year and Bruno coming in, what a great thing you guys to bring Bruno in. He's made a massive difference. Is he the captain this year?
Look, we've got a bit of a we've had conversations, to be honest, and transparent around that. But my fear is Bruno brings captaincy to any club. I mean, his experience, his football experience, his football resume speaks louder than words. So obviously having him, but we do give him the captain's armband at a football respect as well, and we feel we're bringing him here that he's going to add that professionalism, that next step that we wanted to do as a group. Yes. And he's delivering that. We can't fault Bruno at all. He was great for the championship. He was great for the game. And obviously being a great advocate for the game means you're a great advocate for Avondale if you're playing with Avondale as well. So we're quite happy with his coming on board to Avondale, and the championship was fantastic for us all. But we joined the captaincy with himself and Reedy, who's been part of the club for many years as well. And
the thing about, you've got Stefan Valentini back. Mate, I was looking forward to seeing him last year playing the thing. Honestly, the bad luck you guys have had with injuries too. I mean, thank God he's back. We're going to talk to him later, maybe with the girl, with the kids or something. We're going to have the girls talking to the girls as well. But honestly, he's the king of the kids down here. Is that right?
Yeah, look, he's a great bubbly person, Steph, and that's, I think, he's a character on the park. He's something that I think opposition teams don't like. He's always in their face, but I suppose it's always a coach's dream also to have someone with that type of, I don't know, call it a bit of arrogance or football white line fever, because off the park, as you can see, he's loved by all our junior players. the staff, the club itself, and Steph's just he's a great man. He's a great man.
Fantastic.
He's a young great man, and he's a good footballer, and he adds to our football club as well. And he's had his own hurdles with injuries, but he's battling away. I can tell you, he's not 100% fit, like from injury free, but he definitely plays with his heart. So he drives through that.
Fantastic to see him back, and we're looking forward to seeing him this afternoon, talking to him as well. And also, Jonathan Germano. You have this Latin feel, mate. His accent is how do you even understand him sometimes?
Yeah, look, we always have a bit of a giggle. Sometimes maybe the players don't understand him, like many coaches in and around the world. They'll probably use it as an excuse, but the players love him. And once again, he's another one that the club loves.
Yes.
He's played at high levels. He's coached and been coached by many big world coaches.
Yes, he's been around.
If you look at his resume, I mean, he's got like Simeone that pulled him up as a junior
Diego.
into the seniors. So he's introducing a lot what he's experienced in that football world, and that was the big call from Steve, our president.
Yes.
If we're going to go within someone that knows our junior environment as well. Look to try to bring some youth throughout the club as well, and he's a loving character that definitely knows football. And like all coaches, you win some, you lose some, but this year we're winning more than what we're losing, and today's a big game in that context as well. So I think we can finish off the second half of the first half of the season back end quite well as well.
Can you tell me about some of the players we should be looking at today? Some of the new boys that you brought in.
Look, obviously we've got a lot of new boys, so there's a couple that are also out today, which haven't had much opportunities to play due to injuries. So I think due to the championship, due to the whole structure, the way it was also a learning curve for our strength and conditioning staff as a club. When we start pre-season, we don't start, bringing in new players was a mighty challenge. And to be honest, it wasn't easy. It was not easy. There was a lot of hard yards in behind the scenes, off the park, that have put us in this place, and some of the players are now starting to come into tuition of relaxing and understanding that they are part of this club to be beyond. I would say Patrick Flotman, I mean, he's just a true professional. I mean, and that's once again when we're looking at type of players bringing down here. We had player movement, but bringing in particular players was our key focus on growing in within the club. And Patrick is a professional. He trains like a professional. He conducts himself like a professional, and I think he's been great on the park as well. So here's one key inclusion. Jacob Muir is another. Unfortunately, he'll be out today. But once again, he comes with a great footballing resume, and I feel he's got the next few years. He's really going to step up.
They're after him already.
That's Dali, our senior women's coach. Jacob Muir, like I mentioned, him, our goalkeeper, goalkeepers. So, and Max Green, he's a younger player who's kind of got a great spark, and he's taken a liking to the fans as well. So he's an attacker that some are calling out the young Stefan Valentini. So that's kind of a bit of a name to live up to. But he's a fiery character as well, and a lot of energy on the park. Okay. And obviously the championship, we had Siete and Kojima that done the damage for the opposition team against us, and I think they're still finding their feet. We haven't had much of Kojima. He's had injury and long-term injuries come back, but now he's also injured again, unfortunately. So we look forward to seeing more from them.
Getting these guys in the park is very important. And let me go now to the Australian Championship. Are you guys planning, now that you're a fully fledged club that's in there all the time, as the club that's always there, how do we see this year's Australian Championship? Are you building up to it? Are you going to bring other players in as well?
Yeah, look, there's discussions behind the scenes. Once again, when we bring in a player, it's the type of player that we want for the club. So in brief, not to reveal too much, it's always, if a player does come in, or one or two, it's for the long term, more than just the championship. So we look to grow on that and use that. And I think we'll learn a lot from the first inaugural one.
Yes.
To lead us into the second one, and see where that takes us as well.
So this is amazing. So how did you feel last year playing in a national competition? It was a massive difference to the NPL, wasn't it? Standard picked up completely.
Yeah, I think it was fantastic, and I think it's fantastic for the game. I mean, it's pretty much run by 8 clubs with the foundation clubs, 3 from Melbourne, 5 from Sydney, which kind of a driving very hard for football to kick off, and I condemn all those 8 clubs because it's not easy, and all those additional clubs that have something to play for to enter the championship. I think it's phenomenal for the game. I mean, people had something to do during the summer outside of the A-League because they love this type of club championship, to say, like, you know, It's like the championship in Europe that brings all top teams together.
And let me tell you something about New South Wales. We found out during the week where Carlos Bailey, our correspondent in New South Wales, would you believe that the 4 teams that are the foundation clubs are the first 4 in the ladder? So that team who's vying for 5th place is going to qualify. How do you work that out? How does that work out?
Look, it pretty much shows that what the championship has done. So these teams that were like, you know, you look at some teams, they probably didn't have a great year last year.
Yes.
In Sydney, and they were part of it, and they probably realised, hold on, this is a moment we need to try stepping up even more so. So it's great to see that those teams are at the top, the same year as in Melbourne. I mean, you can see how hard it is to be in that top 6 say. And credit to all clubs, and I think even other clubs are realising this. I mean, you walk around each stadium, people are investing in the stadiums. They're all becoming these little boutique stadiums. I think that is what this game needs. We don't need to have these 30,000 stadiums that don't get capacity. I'd rather have a nice boutique stadium where those families that want to come watch football and have a good time can do that. And you know, Sydney and Melbourne are doing that, and obviously all the other states as well.
And of course, on top in Queensland is of course the Moreton City Excelsior again on top of the ladder. So it looks like they could be coming back in. Robert, I'd like to thank you very much for having us today, and of course, stay tuned, guys. We're going to have the Latin Feel very shortly with Bruno and Jonathan. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be madness. It'll be a Latin Feel to the game. And let me say one thing to you about that too. During the Australian Championship, we should have a massive Latin feel with you guys down here, because I'm a singer-entertainer and I sing all the teenage stuff. Can you imagine having got the carnival flavour before the games? I'll talk to you about that soon. Guys, thank you, and we thank Robert, and we'll be back very soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, and thanks again,
Thank you.
and everyone involved in bringing this together.
Don't forget, it's also on TV. Football lessons on TV, 5 p.m. Also on Thursday nights, and of course on Foxtel Aurora, same night at 8 p.m. Thanks, guys. You're back very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now, guys, we're at Avondale FC. My God, in the afternoon here, Bruno Fornaroli.
¿Cómo está, amigo?
And John Germano. Guys, we've got the Latin Feel here right now. Again, of course, down here at Avondale FC. Boy, Jonathan, let me tell you one thing right now. Your first year as a coach. Last year we spoke to you, of course. We spoke to somebody.
We were my friends, yes. They want to come here.
We spoke to you last year. Your first game was in the Australian Championship. You have now got some more experience. How do you feel? And how have you been coaching this year? Because I tell you what, the rebuilding of the team, and you've had to rebuild your own team right now. How do you feel now that you're winning games and things are starting to work?
We know it's gonna take a time to rebuild the team, and we knew that process, and we're still in a process to try to make the team better as possible and try to get higher for the finals. At the moment we are doing good, but we don't have to fall asleep, and we have to keep learning as a coach every day.
And of course, Bruno, you capitano this year, capitano now. You're back into the swing of things as a full-time captain. How do you feel now?
Very good. I think it's after the first couple of games, you start to get the rhythm and understand more the league as well.
Yes.
And I think we're doing well. Obviously, we want to do better, but like Johnny say, we are in that process. We play good football in some games, but we wanna be consistently and try to perform like this every single game. So today is another chance. We're playing at home, and I hope like we can win.
It's an amazing journey for you. How many games you played in Australia? How many clubs you played for? How do you feel playing in the Australian Championship last year? And the standard compared to the standard of the Australian Championship to the NPL. there's not much difference because the teams in Victoria are very strong teams.
Yeah, that's what I found out. Like MPL Victoria is very strong league. It's difficult. Everywhere that you go it's never an easy game. And we test this. We know that, and we can't switch off because otherwise we lose points. But it's like you say, it's not far from what we see in the championship.
Yes.
Obviously, it's more closer to I League because you have to fly and you have to play in another city. But in terms of quality of the teams, they are not far.
And Johnny, the standard between the A League, you both play A League, huh? You know exactly what I'm going to talk about now. The NPL clubs are starting to get to that standard now, and the professionalism in the last few years shown in the NPL, like yourselves, Avondale, you're starting to catch up to the A-League clubs. How do you feel? More opportunities for players in the championship? And what's the difference now? How far do you think it's come, the NPL, through the championship?
Like you can see in the championship was, I think, 17 players went
Yes.
to A-League.
Yes.
From across Australia. So that's you can see it's really important for all the NPLs clubs in Australia to see there's a lot of players there. They can reach the top level into the A-League, and our division in the NPL, they are not far from the A-League. You can see the way we work in other club is a professional club, and we heard a lot of stuff. Other clubs still start to implement that as well. So, and you can see in the result as well when you have to play against the A-League team. It's no anymore crazy result anymore. You can see last year when us we went to the semi-final of FA Cup.
Yes.
Same with Heidelberg reached to the final. So you can see that in across Australia.
And so this year, things will be closer again. I think the FF, or they call the Australia Cup now. So things to me that the NPL standard's picking up, which means you could see more teams beating A-League clubs. So when you're training now, are you training more like you're talking about professionalism? Are you training more as in like more professional, like up to the A-League standard? Are you doing more training these days?
We're doing more training in the preseason. We used to do, sometimes we used to do 5 sessions in the week. But we try to I've been in that environment and I try to replicate or try to do better than what we used to do when I used to play here. So the players can feel comfortable and can be ready if they have to jump to the A-League or another professional environment. They already know what to do.
And I tell you what, Bruno, I spoke to someone a few weeks ago, and you know this player. You know this player in the Oceania Professional League, the Fijian boy. You would have played against him at Wellington Phoenix. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one? No.
No, I'll tell you. Now I forget the name. There, here we go. Roy Krishna.
Ah, yeah, of course.
You know Krishna?
Yeah, of course.
38 years of age. He's performed like you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys
I know.
never stop. You never stop.
Yeah, I know him well.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You understand, Roy?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Some of the things he's shown in that competition. This is
He's
the
a
thing.
top player. He's a top player and professional. The only thing I always say that you can arrive to play for that long is if you are professional. And then Roy, I know him well. We compete against each other for
Yes.
many seasons,
Yes.
and I know the quality that he have, but also he's a top professional. So it's no
I'm
surprise for
very
me.
surprised. I'm very surprised. I interviewed him there, and you know the first thing I said to you, you're going to laugh at this. Roy, you don't look like a 38-year-old the way you're playing out there. I'm going to ask you the same question. How do you feel? It's only a number, they say, only a number. But how are you going out there? But Roy doesn't find anything different. He's just playing as he's playing. You must be the same.
Yeah, I just want Johnny. We can tell you, I just want to be every minute there.
Oh, beautiful.
I think it's also the way to maintain the fitness and the level is when you try to always hit the most minutes that you can. Obviously, the way that you record is not the same,
Yes.
but it's not that quick probably. But if you have a good food and you take care about your recovery as well, it's not any problem to come back next weekend and perform and play 90 minutes.
And the other one is, I could tell you, Kazuyoshi Mura, who played for Western Sydney Wanderers. He's still getting contracts at 50.
Yes,
You
more than
heard about
50.
it?
I think it's
50.
more than
Are you
50.
serious? Are you gonna?
I will not ride
Are
in
you
that
se- are
age,
you
I promise you.
serious? Who's getting contracts at 50 years of age? Maybe bring him bring him to Avondale. A big name was a big name in those days when they're 50
Yeah.
years of age, over 50 playing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no end to the game in South America. Players keep going on and on in South America, eh?
Yeah, but also what I realized in South America as well is a lot of kids that they had hungry to become a professional, so they push the oldest out sometimes. And this is great to see, and this probably is what we want to see here as well.
Yes.
The new generation say we are here. Sorry, you're too old for this.
No, I never say that either.
But I will make them difficult, so
Exactly.
I will keep going.
Johnny, you look very fit.
Yeah.
You're going to
You
come
reckon?
back? You're going to play? So the next question is, you're going to play a couple of games this year. What do you think? You're going to give it a go?
Nah. My time is out now. It's the boys' time, so
Yes,
they're doing
yes.
right. So
Yes.
I don't have to step in.
Now, a few more questions. The players you brought in this year, the newer players, how are you feeling with the new players? Are they gelling? They're gelling now. The first few games, they were finding their feet right, but now you're starting to win games too.
Yeah, like we said before at the start, it's a process. A lot of new boys into the team, and it's gonna take a long time for them to find the fit. Still, I think it's a lot of potential from them to bring to the team. Still, they didn't give everything yet. So we're expecting every game, every session, more and more from them, and
Well-
from the boys from the club as well.
So, boys, thank you. Muchas gracias, señor. Muchas
Gracias.
señor. And thank you. We'll see you again very shortly. Good luck today. You're playing George Cross.
Yep.
The history of that club is big. The NSL, you know the NSL? The history of that club many years ago, but you wouldn't know, you were here.
Yep.
But thank you very much,
Thank
boys.
you.
Thank you for coming. Here you go,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bruno
Appreciate
Fonaroli, the captain of Avondale FC, and the coach, Jonathan Germano. Thank you, boys. Back soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, right now, guys, I tell you what, I've got Blake Carpenter with me. He spoke just before how he knows my cousins in Adelaide at West Adelaide. It's a small world, is that right?
Very small world, yes. Played at West Adelaide in the NPL a few years ago now. Been here for 8 years in Melbourne, so I gave me my first debut at 15. So yeah,
It's amazing. So my cousin was sort of like an assistant coach to you, is that right?
correct.
Absolutely, I'm
Always around.
Absolutely. I mean, they're great people, my cousins. But we're going to talk about your time in Adelaide. So your first club was West Adelaide, is that right?
Yeah, my first NPL club was West Adelaide. I went there under Paul Pezos and then John Aloisi as well.
Wow.
Ross, sorry.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, he taught me a lot. Got my debut at 15 years old, one of the youngest at West Adelaide in the NPL. And then a year later, I got picked up by Adelaide United youth league. And then, worked my way up the ranks there. Was training the first team and I was hoping to get a contract. And then I meet different coaches and that's, football's a funny game. So then at 18, decided to leave Adelaide and then come to Melbourne. And I haven't really looked back since.
The standard in Adelaide compared to Victoria is completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot different, definitely. I actually went back to Adelaide in COVID, played for Campbelltown.
I know who they are.
Yeah, in 2021 it was, and we won the championship. We went back there for 11 games. Scored a few goals. It was a bit of fun, but yeah, definitely the physicality, the quality, it's definitely second to none.
And so this is amazing. The transition over here, you found it hard to transition into the games over here with the standard over here at all?
When I was younger, it was definitely an eye-opener, especially at my first club. I was at Danny Thunder. It's a pretty tough place.
I know who they are.
Yeah, a really tough place to go to. If you're winning or losing, but I definitely learned a lot playing at Danny Thunder, and I think the everything they've done for me as well. So I definitely learned a lot.
Now tell us about your goal scoring prowess here, mate. I've heard a few things about this. What's been going on with you here? These crazy goals that you're scoring. Some master. You got to tell us about the masterclass of scoring goals.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know what's going on at the moment.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think when you're playing with confidence and you feel there's a fine line with comfortability with football in terms of if they're comfortable and sort of take advantage of things, but I think that playing comfortable in your position and knowing that you're fully backed by the staff, the players, and your coach and all that in, week out, I think you can go to your next level as a player, and I'm really feeling that at the moment.
And so a great club, Avondale. How long have you been here for now? Just that?
No, this will be my 6th year.
6 years, and I didn't know that you knew your assistant coach at West Adelaide as a kid. You was my cousin. That is such a small world, as they say out there. But it's a big world in the game, isn't it? When you see and you know people, it's amazing how it works. But the thing is, you played last year in the Australian Championship. How did you find that?
The Aussie Championship, I think it's a really good stepping stone for especially some younger boys and for us boys that were close to making a professional or in that professional environment. It was a bit of a taste of what it's like to be professional, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really good thing for Australian football moving forward. And I think the standard was amazing. I think with the teams that are in there, as we've seen with us, going up against Newcastle in the semi-final, and as a FA Cup there, they went on to win it this year. So I think the standard of football from the NPL, especially in Sydney and Victoria, compared to the A-League, is getting a lot closer.
All the clubs are getting close, the standards picking up because they want to compete with the A-League. And I tell you what, for what happened last year with, of course, you're talking about Heidelberg United too. How many clubs have they beat in the A-League to get up to the final as well?
Crazy.
It's amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very good. It's good for the NPL, like to get as many people as you can to games, and it's important to us players too. You want to feel the camaraderie of football every week. So, and I think that's going bigger and bigger for the NPL and for the Aussie Championship.
Mate, it's been amazing talking to you, and I tell you what, mate, what a small world. Leaving respect to Mandy and Peter before. Send them a cheerio, Mandy and Peter. How are you? There he is there, guys. You could recognise him now. So, mate, and fantastic having you on the show. And what a small world, huh?
I know. So
anyway, thank you, guys. We got Paul. I'm losing it, mate. Sorry, I'll edit that out. But let me tell you, Wade Carpenter, thank you for joining us on Football this year. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Well, right now at Avondale FC, guys, what a pleasant surprise. Surprise with Michael Thea, who's been on the show before. How are you, Michael?
Very well, thank
Mate,
you.
former Brisbane Roar goalkeeper. And you were, where else were you?
Melbourne Victory.
Oh, that's my team, of course. Thank you very much. But you were with Ange, weren't you, at the time?
I was, yes.
Wow, you were winning those championships, eh?
Yeah, we went back to back with Ange. Yes.
Unbelievable, huh? Gee, to have you here today at Avondale. How do you feel coming from the A-League to the NPL? Mate, these competitions have improved big time.
They have, you're right. It's fantastic. For me, obviously been involved in the A-League as a player and coach as well. To obviously step down to division below, but in terms of the gap, there's not much of a gap at the minute. I think a lot of these clubs are playing good football. The environments are creating very professional, so it's like sort of being in an A-League setup.
And you're the goalkeeping coach then, is that right?
Correct, yes. So goalkeeper coach here at Avondale. So,
now, the thing about this is I spoke to the guys last year here, and one of them was Greek. Of course, the goalkeeping coach was Greek, and the goalkeeper was Greek. And I said, you have a go at him in Greek? He says, I swear at him in Greek. If he doesn't know what, is your goalkeeper Greek? No,
not
Greek. I was
Greek.
going to say
no.
He's giving him these messages in Greek, so he does. Nobody knows what's going on. So how's the new goalkeeper going? We spoke to him earlier.
Yeah, we've got two new goalkeepers. So we've got Lewis and Alvarez and Jack Gibson. So both interstate boys, but no, they're doing very well. Jack's been great in goal for us as well, and just the camaraderie. They're pushing each other, working hard is what you want as a coach. So very, very fortunate. Jack's had a bit of A-League experience as well. Yes. So it's been a pleasure. So very ambitious club, great environment.
Oh, what a great club.
So it's great to work here. So thoroughly enjoy it.
And let me just say now, you've come to the club where Bruno's the captain. You played with Bruno? You did?
Yeah, I played against him. He
Yes.
was his time in Melbourne Victory was a bit later than mine.
Yes.
But no, Bruno's a super competitor. You know, he's still
great
playing at
guy.
this age.
Oh,
So
he's
he's
amazing.
a champion.
Amazing.
He's a winner. And yeah, it's as I say, the guys are pretty fortunate to have players like
Exactly.
that. Just so you can see how he goes about his football, and then he rubs off on the rest of them, which is great.
Can I ask you one thing about this? I've got nothing against the boys here or whatever, but the Latin feel, mate. You got
Yes.
Bruno, you've got
Yeah.
Jonathan,
Yes.
the coach. They're both Uruguayans, right?
Yeah.
But how do they communicate?
Okay.
And how do you find it when they communicate in the Spanish language?
Yeah, they're very passionate, the boys. But no, I've never really played with much South America. And,
There you go.
Yeah, so this was a first for me. But no, the boys are fantastic. Obviously, they speak English very well. So, yeah, in terms of the communication is not an issue. It's just the energy they bring. They're winners. So it's
mate,
great.
you're talking about passion. Their passion is completely different to Australian passion. The players here, you
Yes.
know what they're like. What's he been like? I've been asking him last year about the Australian Championship. He started coaching the Australian Championship, and I said, "Are you going to show us that? You're going to show us that Latin feel?"
Yeah.
He said, "I'm very subdued. I can't
Subdued.
believe
Yeah,
this." Is
I
he
know.
like that?
It's different when you're coaching, I suppose. But as a player, he was a warrior in there, wasn't he?
Oh,
He
yes,
played
he
with
was.
plenty of passion, and you
Oh.
need that. I think that's in his blood, clearly. But no, when you're coaching, I think it's a bit different. You have to be more calm and measured. But no, Shonny's done incredibly well as a
done
young
very well,
coach.
yes.
But we're very fortunate. We've got a lot of good people around and good team as well, which helps.
And the professionalism you have at this club is absolutely number one.
It is. As I said, stepping down from the A-League, there's not much of a gap in terms of the resources we've got, the ambition of the club. It's fantastic. So we're very, very fortunate, and it's a great environment, and we're always looking to improve. So that's what you want.
And you getting into coaching now, how do you feel being in coaching?
Yeah, look, I was coaching when I was playing in terms of my own academy, but obviously coaching
Yes.
post-football in a professional environment and obviously now semi-pro, it's great. It's the other side. It's as a player, you're obviously focused on you and your performance, where when you're on the other side, it's more about the whole team, yeah, making sure everyone's clicking and doing well. But it's fantastic. It's 24/7, which is great. But as I said, it's in our blood. We love it. We're very passionate about what we do, and we're very fortunate.
Exactly. And let me say, professional. You say it's semi-professional now. Wait till it reaches the Australian Championship, and you'll see how professional it is then. A big difference, isn't it?
No, that's right. No, they definitely bridge the gap, even in terms of training. You know, it's full
Yes,
times
yes.
a week and the game, so it's not much different. Obviously, the A-League players are full time, so recovery and whatnot. Where these guys, have full time jobs as well, so it's juggling that. But in terms of what they're doing, the hours they're putting in, it's fantastic to see, and they're getting the rewards.
Yes. And let me say, we've got to let this guy go because the game's going to be starting very soon, guys. So, Michael, thank you. Finally got you in front of us.
That's
We
it.
had you on the
No.
show on phone and everything. but
Yes.
thank you for coming on, Michael. Michael Theo, guys, goalkeeping coach of where? Avondale FC. See you soon. Right now at Avondale FC, I've got the coach, of course, the opposition team, and that is Caroline Springs George Cross. But let me just say, Sunshine George Cross, a very historical club in the NSL, but now they've climbed up again, playing in a top league in Victoria. Mate, Eric, thank you for coming on. Now let me just say, you started at Heidelberg United. Was that many years ago?
Yeah, I reckon as a 12-year-old, which would have been 86.
Boy,
As a junior.
How
Yeah.
far back are we going here? And that was an NSL club then, wasn't it? 86?
Yeah, very much so. I think you talk about the evolution of George Cross. But yeah, fond memories of my time at Heidelberg, starting from a junior to promoting myself to a ball boy for the seniors
Oh my
in
God,
the NSL.
You're talking here, everyone, guys, who's right through this club, the NSL and everything.
Oh, I loved my time.
But then you were full on there as a kid and everything. Now you progressed to play NSL as well, is that right?
Yes, Michael Uricalo gave me my first opportunity in the NSL, but at the time we were probably struggling. So I got an opportunity there. But back those days, it was difficult to sort of focus on football too much because it wasn't that established and the money wasn't there. So I took a sort of slight turn and focus on my sort of professional career. But yeah, played nationally, but it was awesome.
The days of the NSL, everyone, if you're listening right now, we're talking here about semi-professional.
Yeah.
The game was always the national competition. That is unheard of in every other country in the world. It's a professional thing. So you guys had to work and get to training at night time. How hard was that?
It was hard, but what it does do, it allows us to reflect and appreciate the massive opportunity that kids have got today. I think you can take that risk. I think you can back yourself. If you can fulfill your potential in football, whether you be a coach or a player, there's nothing like it. So, yeah, if I had my time again, I probably would have taken the risk. Because some of the people that I rubbed shoulders with or grew up with watching, the Postacoglu's, the Muskets, and these boys have gone and become champions of industry.
Mate, honestly, you went through a time with so many Socceroos.
Yeah, man.
Mate, the Socceroos at that time were completely different to today.
Yeah.
Stan was very different in Socceroos, the names and everything. Gary Cole, they're talking that. I could go further back than you, but I don't want to say my age either. But the thing is, when did you finish at Heidelberg?
Look, I'd say for all intents and purposes at the age of 32 in the NPL. I finished as a player. I just thought it was time to move on and do something different. I fell into an opportunity at Port Melbourne as a player coach, which was unique because I also brought with me my assistant who was a player assistant. So we had a playing coach, player assistant, and I had a really cool guy called Jimmy Knox who kind of looked after the bench. And that was a natural evolution for me into coaching.
Gee, so how many years when did you start? What was that year there?
That would have been 2000, I reckon 2010.
Okay.
State League 1, which is the equivalent of VPL 2 these days.
Yes.
In the old days. So Port was struggling, which I loved in a really strange way because that's the project.
Yes.
Another historic club.
Reshaped them.
And a lot of similarities with George Cross, right? So strong foundations, but someone with a vision and starts with the board. And, it was just an amazing 7-8 years to get it back to the VPL as it was back then.
So when did you start at George Cross? When did you start there?
I started about a week before they moved into the new stadium because
what a great place.
Well, they spoke to me about coming to George Cross, and God bless Caroline Springs, the sort of the collaboration, but we like to just call it George Cross rather than Caroline Springs, with all due respect.
Yes.
But George Cross, funny enough, they interviewed me for the George Cross. I wasn't interested, but they said, can you meet us at this place in Fraser Rise? I'm like, where the hell is Fraser Rise?
I was going to say something to you.
So I got in my car and I thought, no, this is too far. Then this complex just appeared.
I saw it myself. I saw the first game of the season.
Yeah.
You played Bentley Greens.
Oh, this year, yes. But this is now our 8th year together. Incredible facility, incredible club. That's when I started. And the minute they sort of said they had this massive facility and they wanted to kind of refocus now onto the on-field stuff, away from the off-field stuff, I was sold.
So that means you had to bring your own players in as well again and try and build that team, that club. And how long did it take you to build? Where did they, the lowest they'd been, and you brought them back up again?
Yeah, so we started in State League 1, but this version of State League 1 goes then State League 1, MPL 3, MPL 2, MPL, so it's like the lower division.
Yes.
But I'll tell you where it started, interestingly. It started off with the relationship I had with a guy called Mark Sultana, who was new to the games. He'd just been there. They brought him in as president. He didn't have wet behind the ears around football. And he trusted me with my first big decision. I said, I need to go and sign a player, and he's going to cost a lot of money. But in hindsight, it wasn't that much. And he goes, let's do it. That play ended up being fantastic. And then from there, we've just created something great, in my opinion. But we're still going.
Still going. And of course, being back in the NPL, that's the highest competition. George Cross are back in there. We know about the NSL. We know the historical stuff about that place. But I tell you what, mate, thank you for coming and talking.
No worries.
Today.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
And mate, good luck today. And of course, the one thing is you would have played, actually, I think you're playing against some of your old teammates too. You're playing against some of your old teammates.
Oh,
is George Katsakis?
Yeah. So I'm coaching against some of my old teammates guys. Yeah, I'm very lucky. Louis Sefsky, Zoran Markovsky, George Katsakis. I was a young Heidelberg junior when I was watching John Assasiata. So
oh my God,
it's actually a strange one because you've got to change your mentality from awe and respect to I need to beat these guys somehow. But it doesn't always happen.
But you know their mentality because you play with them and you know how to work them out too.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. I hope so. But I think they're all doing exceptionally well. And
they are.
I think in this industry, there's enough room for everybody to be successful.
Exactly, Eric. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
More.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll be back very shortly on Footballers. Thanks for joining us with Eric Vassiliadis, coach of George Cross.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing else but George Cross. Thanks, guys. So, guys, we're still here at Avondale FC, and we've got these gentlemen here, and we spoke to Stefan, and we've got Lewis. Is it Lewis?
That's correct, yeah.
Lewis as well here. Now, he's a brand new player. Let's talk to Stefan here. Now, Stefan, I remember last year speaking to you, and of course you had that injury. How are we travelling now? Mate, you look like you've lost weight too. You got even fitter. What have you been doing, mate? Is there some magic pill or something we need to talk about? No, look at him laugh. Can we talk about? Get closer if you can. With it more.
No, obviously I had that injury and put me out for a while, and then got back. Started training and everything, but I actually got another injury. So it actually put me on the back foot again. So I missed most of the preseason.
Yes.
But yeah, took me about probably 4 or 5 weeks in the season. But yeah, now I'm fit at the moment, so I'm feeling good. So it's good to be back.
And so you're fully back into training, full on training now. The injury, has it healed completely?
Yeah.
We're not going to
yeah.
talk too much about that, but
Yeah,
anyway,
you can say that. Yeah.
but at least it's healing. The main thing is you're playing.
Yeah, playing.
And I know for a fact, me playing football in the past, is that you have to manage your injuries as well and look after them before. And you've been doing that, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Ice baths. You've been doing the ice baths and all that stuff too.
Get it older. So
Oh, mate, we're going to be doing a lot of things with you guys down here. And we're going to make you feel younger, mate. I'm a soccer psycho. That's what they call me. But anyway, but Lewis, you're from Newcastle?
Yeah, so originally from Central Coast.
Central Coast Mariners. Why,
Yeah,
you played there too?
Yeah, in and out of their academy system.
Okay.
And then being a coaster, you either travel north to Newcastle or south to Sydney for better opportunities.
Yes.
And I played the last 2 seasons at Broadmeadow Magic. So
Did you play in that Australian Championship last year?
I did. So
I saw you guys down there.
Starting keeper. And previous to that, we had done the double-double, so we'd won the minor premiership 2 years in a row, and also
that's
grand.
the Northern New South Wales
Correct.
Association, yeah?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay, there's a friend of mine up there who was actually running it up there. He's a vice president, Mark Trenter.
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, Mark was one of the officials there too. That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
But give me a little bit of a hint of you come from the North Coast, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So how is it up there, starting as you're playing the game? Where'd you start up there?
So I started at junior level, Terrigal United, which is a local club. I'm actually a PE teacher by trade.
Oh, very fit.
And so I'm a strong believer in students and also children playing different codes and building their skills up in various ways. So from that, I stuck with soccer in the end, but very happy with my decision and happy to be here at Avondale.
The other point I'll ask you is, like Lewis here, how are the players, the new players gel? They're starting to gel. You're winning games too. It's working all right.
I did say start of the season will take half a year.
Yes.
Half a season. But I can start to see that it's coming together a bit sooner. There's good moments. There's moments we got to kind of identify. But I think overall it's gone really well. So we're happy.
And so yourself playing up there in the North Coast, of course, in the Central Coast they call it. How do you find the different standards of Victorian soccer? Oh, I shouldn't be saying that. They're going to have a go at me. So how do you feel?
I think every aspect down here is professional. I'm only speaking. I've only been part of Avondale, but I think the league in general is very professional. Just even doing something like this wouldn't be heard of up there. And it shows in the past with Australia Cup results as well as Australian Championship. I think it's pretty clear that Victorian soccer teams do go a lot better in those competitions, go deeper, and obviously seeing South Melbourne win it over Marconi was a nail in the coffin. So
we were there last year. We saw that last year down there. Disappointing. We need to get more people at these finals. It was only the first year. But the thing is, how do you find it playing against a Victorian club? How do you find it on the field? The different standard. How do you see the different way that you're Broadmeadow Magic last year? You played in the Australian Championship and play against the Victorian clubs. What's the difference you see?
I think the intensity. Sometimes the intensity's not there for the full 90 minutes up there.
Yes.
Where here players are fitter, and that comes down to, like I said, professionalism. You know, they might be in the gym more regularly, focusing on getting on top of their injuries, and just having the support of coaching staff.
Yes.
To make sure their week in, week out is as best it can be.
Okay. Now, last year we spoke to you, mate. That hit that we did, that thing that was a fantastic hit, that segment we did with the kids last year, mate. It's always good. They put it up on TV, mate. They love it. King of the kids, this guy. The king of the kids. You should have seen it last year. So how are they going? The juniors doing quite well this year. They're winning games. They're getting higher up as well.
They had their first weekend last weekend for the season.
Yes.
They all went really well across the boys and the girls. So look, from our end, nothing changed. We just want them to be happy and enjoying it and take something from every session, every game. So it's good and the vibes are good always.
And also, you're part of the technical director part of it there, where you've got the under 16s, under 17s. Are there any juniors coming up to play seniors this year?
This year, Look, this year you look probably more so. I think in the boys' space, yes, there's
yes.
players that are kind of like been training with us and knocking on the door. In the girls' space, not yet, but I
Yes.
think there's players there of a lot of talent, and I think they will be knocking on the door next year to be pushing for senior football.
Fantastic. And also the girls playing in NPL this year
Yeah,
at
yeah.
their game. I think we were at half time or something, or whatever it's going. How do you feel now that you're a full-on NPL club? And how many years it's taken the girls to come up and get in there? So now it's all full-on NPL.
Yeah, I think we're where we belong in the female space.
Yes.
There's a lot of effort that's been put behind the scenes, and credit to the girls, playing and getting them to this league. So I think this is where the club's at, and I think we got to hold strong, do well across both, and it's a good vibe between the both as well, which is great.
This is a great club, believe me. It's a family club. La Familia. You see that? How do you feel coming from that different background in northern New South Wales, and you've come down here to the how do we say this? Ethnic. It's an ethnic club, of course.
Yeah.
How do you feel the difference?
I think the club, and everyone a part of it has been very welcoming. And so when you hear the word La Familia, you can see why it sticks here. I think, like I said, we actually did a camp pre-season
Yes.
with the girls.
Yes.
And I think it just goes to show that whether you're a junior at the club, a senior at the club, men's, women's, I think everyone comes under the same banner and the same badge.
And let me say how professional this club is, huh? Oh boy, it's so professional.
Yeah.
You're now training as professionals, is that right?
Yeah, pretty
And that's
much,
a massive difference for you guys this year to get up. So what are you looking for this year, Stefan? Now, the Australian Championship, your standard is going to lift now. Because as you're training more as professionals for this, is Johnny having you doing that too?
Yeah, the S&C team, physio staff, everyone's it's taken it up a notch from what we were to now. It's kind of next level. Look, for us, our standards are always high at this club.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if it's now, before, years in the past. We've always had high standards, and that doesn't change. And at the end of the day, we want silverware across league, across championship, and that's our goal. If we don't achieve that goal, we're not happy.
Fantastic.
That's
Boys,
yeah.
I've got to let you go. We don't want to talk too much longer. These guys have got it ready for the game.
it.
So, boys, good luck today.
Thank you, mate.
Lewis, nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you.
Yeah,
and
we'll
we're
see you
looking
around.
forward to seeing you guys in the Australian Championship. So thank you, boys, today.
Thank you.
Lewis, and of course, Stefan Valentini, guys, back
Thank you.
soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, right now, we're once again here right now, of course, at Avondale FC. I tell you what, the girls did very well today here. Stop laughing. I'm only joking. You love this. But the thing is, we've got G again, guys. We spoke to her last year, and boy, did we find out so much about her. Today, we finally saw her play. I finally saw you play today. Don't laugh. And let me say, you guys did. The girls did very well. The guys are playing now. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on again. So tell me a bit about the game. It was really hard fought game.
We have really found our stride. Last week we had a tough loss to South Melbourne, and this week was really on us to fight a bit harder and make sure when we're in the lead we actually keep it and finish it through till the 93rd minute like we did today.
Yes, so I couldn't believe that how fit your girls are. You guys must be really training hard to keep that fitness level up, and it looked really professional. Your game was very professional.
Yeah, look, we're as a footballer, we're very fortunate that at Avondale we've got Johnny Cobiella, head of strength and high performance. And for us, we've got, physios, S&Cs, we get looked after, and we're able to actually focus on our craft and be able to focus on the football. And, the coaching side of things and the medical side of things are all taken care of by the professionals.
I'm very surprised, and as I spoke to some of the boys earlier, but when you guys are playing, how professional it's becoming in 1 year. In 1 year, how you guys have got to the next level, and you're playing your first year in the NPL Women's.
Yep.
So what was it like last year? Now you've got up there, you've changed it up a little bit, more new players. Is that right?
So we've actually got a younger squad than what we did last year. We are trying to focus on the future and the development of our players. We don't want a new, half the squad being new each year. We want to make sure that the girls in the NPL system from the under 13s, that in the next 4 or 5 years, they're in our under 20s and our senior squad. So we're really trying to make sure that we're setting, obviously at the moment, got good role models for our younger players, and then setting the right foundation and expectations for the younger generation coming through. And look, we're very fortunate that the club is investing time and money into women's football as much as the men are getting.
This club has become so professional in about 2 years. So 2 years we've been coming here right now and seeing you guys, and you actually work here and you're part of the club too. So how do you find time for your work here? And I'm looking at you, looking at you smiling. He's like, oh God, he's asked me a question now that it's going to be hard to say. That's always hard, isn't it?
In all honesty, you know, when you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. So I'm working in football, and I'm very fortunate that I'm able to work full time in football. Steve, our president, he's unbelievable,
nice
and
fella.
so is, you know, Carmelo, our
Very
vice
good.
president.
Yes.
They all have families. I'm a mum of 2, so they understand that family is really important, and my time is flexible, and as long as I get the work done, I can manage my time. And yeah, like I love the club. For me, last year was meant to be my final year, but I really enjoyed it, and the club has been able to provide me the opportunity to work and play. And I am an older player. I'm 35, and they've given me the
don't
tools.
look it.
They've given me the tools and the means to be able to perform at the best level that I can.
That's fantastic. So we're talking here about, if everyone's just joined us right now, guys, this is an amazing situation. Yeah. Is that the coach?
Yeah.
Come on, join us over here. Let's get him over here. We've also got the coach coming on right now. We've got to come over a little bit, Todd. We're just going to push a little bit, guys. Now,
Special
who's
guest.
this gentleman here?
How are you, mate? I'm Del, senior
Del,
women's
how are
coach.
you, Del? Thank you for joining us. Just talking about your team today. I mean, a very tough game, really.
Great game.
1-0 win,
Yeah.
and they were really physical too, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a good game. A few weeks now we've been unlucky. South last week, Heidelberg. I think the girls got their just reward today. Just got it what it was. Great game though. I was just sitting with the Box Hill coach Kogu there, and we had a good chat about. It was a great game. It was like a game of chess. It's a reflection where we're at. We're mid-table, so we're in middle, and it's a reflection. We haven't just got consistency yet, but we've been in every game, I feel, apart from one. But it is a challenge. They're set up. There's no where you're in the VPL, you're playing games, and there's probably 6 or 7 players are good, and then the rest are battling. Here, you've got players coming off the bench are battling. But I'm proud of where we're at. We have a vision. We've got a very young squad. We've given 9 senior debuts
Fantastic.
so far. And
Are they girls that have come up from the juniors?
well, we've only started 2 in our junior girls. This is our
Okay.
first year in the junior MPLs, so we merged with Calder.
Oh, yes.
But the Calder girls have kind of come over to us, and now they're in the under 20s. We've given 9, and we're only at round 11, and 9 girls have made. So we're backing them. We're not talking.
Fantastic.
We're
So
doing it.
what is the difference between? I understand the men train hard, but as a coach yourself, how do you train? Do the girls are training even harder now than before? Because you've
Yeah.
come up the level.
I can't fault them. I don't know if G has said it to you while I was away, but we train at 5:30 in the morning here.
What?
Yeah, so we train at 5:30. So
What time?
is that my accent? Do you
No,
want to
no.
say?
He's just surprised that we're training so early. Look, for me, 5:30 in the morning, AM.
Oh my God!
So
I've
we-
never heard that before. You must be making them breakfast after that.
Yeah, no, but
Gee!
me, the staff, we get here at 4:30.
Gee.
The girls get here at 5 a.m. They're in the gym doing their pre-ab. We're on the pitch for 5:30 to 7. So to me,
In all honesty, as a mum, to be able to be home at night and have dinner with my family, it's fantastic. So we're done by 7. I can start my working day and then do school pickup and then have dinner
You
home.
just walk over there. Is that right? You walk.
Oh, I live in Keysborough. I don't live
Oh
near here.
my
So.
God! Oh my God!
so
But initially I was a bit, how can I wake up? But in all honesty, yeah, we see the hot air balloons in the morning while the sun's coming up. It's amazing.
The pitch has a dew on it. It's
You
beautiful.
should come in and film this.
Yeah, you could.
Is it dark?
Yeah, it's dark now.
Oh my
We get some
God.
beautiful sunrises.
Oh
The
my
girls'
God.
Instagram is lovely. But just on that, like the amount of young girls when they start, I'm and grumpy. But now, if I look at it and go, we have a 17-year-old getting out of bed at 4:30 in the morning for their football. They've won half the battle. They're committed. And now I'm talking to the girls that are still. Most of the girls do leave here in their school uniforms. And I do talk to them now and I'm going, how's your school going? And now they're saying their maths, their subjects that they do, they're wide awake at 9 a.m. for school.
Yeah.
And G's wide awake to start our work.
Yeah.
See, even myself, even with my work, I'm an electrician during the day. I'd be on site and we're ready. So that's dedication.
To everyone here right now in football, it's 4:30 in the morning. Can please somebody tell me what time you guys start training in the morning, the women's NPL? So who actually started this?
So Avenger obviously is a one pitch. So last year in the VPL we trained twice. So the Tuesday night here and then Thursday night at Fairbairn in Ascot.
Yes.
And Fairbairn was probably getting in the mid-year at a quality where it's probably not good enough for the girls to play. So we looked at it and a couple of the girls said, why don't we not train in the morning? And I says, well, I need to be at work at 7:30, so we need to finish at 7, so that means we start 5:30, we get here. And I just said, show of hands. Yes, we got one.
The boys?
Yeah, 1-0.
1-0. There you go. The men's team is just one. There it is coming on right now. Dimmy's going to keep going crazy here now. He's supposed to be doing the, he's supposed to be going, goal! Like the Latin Americans not doing it. He's singing there, he's singing right now, there you go. But 1-0 guys to, 1-0 to, of course, now, George Cross is 0, and of course Avondale 1. So,
I approached the club and I says, listen, we want to be on the quality surface. That's a snooker table.
Yes.
And I says, so we're willing to go in the morning because I know no one's there. And the club were like, what? And then when they went, yeah, and it will help with the organisation and pitches that for the morning. So we started in November, and then Shawnee is like, oh, it's gone well. And then the lads, then the men's went.
They're doing it too, yeah.
A little bit later.
What have they started here?
Yeah. We started, Shawnee.
What have they started here at Avondale? 4:30 in the morning. So what happens? You both start at the same time?
No. So
No,
we
different
go
days.
different days.
Oh
So we've
my
worked this.
God.
So we get the girls in Monday night to do our recovery and analysis and the gym work, and then we go over things and do the flush out with the legs.
Oh my God.
But then we're in Wednesday morning, Thursday morning.
But let me just say, this is a first for you guys. Hang on, guys. I'll say it again. 4:30 training in the morning for a women's team in NPL Victoria. You heard it from me on here, of course, on Footballers First. What a scoop that is, guys. We should be doing breakfast with them in the morning and doing a show here. Anyway, thank you for joining us,
Thank
Del.
you, mate.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Guys.
I'll leave you out of the chair.
I'm lost. I've never heard nothing like this, guys. You're going to hear
Yes,
this on Channel 31. You're hearing this, guys, for the first time. Thanks, guys.
Go Avengers!
Fire! What he says is fair fire, heroes on fire!